Hi, welcome back to Emmy Reviews. This is our Film Feels review for the new movie by Louis C.K., 4th of July. This is written by Joe List, the main star, and Louis C.K., and also it's directed by Louis C.K. What can I say about this movie? About a movie that almost most people will not see, and a movie that I had to watch. I had to see it because I've been very interested in Louis C.K.'s career for a long time. So, what's it about? Well, I'll give you a quick synopsis. The plot centers around a man who is an ex-alcoholic who moved away from his family to New York to pursue his dream of being a jazz pianist. Upon getting over his alcoholism and doing his job, he realizes that he has a lot of demons that he needs to come to terms with, which that means that he needs to confront his family about them. So he goes back to see his family and then confront them about how he feels, how he's been. The premise itself is a very relatable notion for me. The thing about this film is that it's if you've seen Louis' TV show Louis on FX, it's essentially like a spin-off version of that show, like a random bonus episode that's like a movie long. It doesn't really have the same level of consistency, but definitely don't think I'm unhappy that I saw it. I don't think it's a bad movie. I did like it, but it mostly sits with this very slow beginning where nothing really happens and the acting isn't particularly fantastic or anything. It's very functional. And then we get into sort of the second act and they're interacting, we're seeing what the family are really like. And yeah, it's more fun then and there are more jokes and I started to laugh more. But it wasn't until the last act when things came to a head that I really, everything that the film was trying to tell me hit home, and I really felt like I was seeing something that was worth seeing. And that's crazy. I remember someone saying recently that watching a film, if it sucks at the beginning but it gets better at the end, you tend to not think of it as a bad movie because it paid off by the end. But if you see a movie that's great at the beginning and then sucks at the end, the movie just sucks. So luckily for Louis that this falls in the former bracket. It is a movie that is very slow to begin with and it's kind of uneventful, but as it picks up by the second and third act, you start to get more that's more interesting and it is worth seeing. I did enjoy it. There are just moments in it that resonate with me as a person, with my own personal demons of how I view my family and how my family are with me. There's a core thing in it. I heard someone in a different review say that this is about, growing up and saying to your family, you need to leave me alone because I'm a man now. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that that's what this is. This is more like I need acknowledgement of what I've been through and the people who are culpable for that, who is responsible. Once you become an adult, you can't really keep blaming your parents. You can't go, oh, well, I can't do this because my parents fucked me up, so that's it. I can't do that. It's up to you at that point to take responsibility for your own life. And that's what being an adult is, taking responsibility for yourself. Doesn't mean that your parents get off scot-free when you're 18. That's just crazy. They're still responsible for the problems you have, but it's up to you to really deal with it. And sometimes it can really, really help when your family acknowledge the stuff that they put you through. And for him, I think his goals were unknown to him. They didn't respect them. His idea about being a good person, being an all-round person, like not being a drunk, not drinking, being expressive with his feelings, they weren't reciprocated. His family are too repressed to see that as a value, and that can drive a person insane. That can really degrade you and decay your spirit as a person, knowing that your family don't respect you, don't respect what you like or what you do, and they also don't show you that they acknowledge you with love and acceptance. Their idea of love is like being around or making you food, and understandably these are important things, but it's very different to be seen and to be valued and appreciated. And I get that, and it must be a hard thing. You don't need to get snooty about it though. I mean, like, just because you love classical music doesn't mean that they're assholes for not liking it, but they're definitely assholes for making you feel shit for liking it. That's the nuance in it. This is what it's like. This is what that movie is. I'm telling you now, if you do watch it, it's only $5 on his website. It's not a bad movie. I feel like that there are moments where he uses jazz in the background, which he used in his TV show a lot, and it fit really well. But in this, sometimes it just comes in and it ends too quickly. It doesn't really quite play enough for it to be carrying the emotion or carrying the audience in the way that the emotion should be. But even so, I think it's definitely worth $5. It's definitely worth seeing the end and maybe asking yourself, do you really feel like that? Do you really feel like as if you're not acknowledged by your peers, by your family? Because that's a common thing. And a lot of people go through it, and you shouldn't have to feel bad about that. See, that movie's premise, the way that it plays out, has garnered enough thought in my head for me to value it, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. But let me know what you think. Check it down in the comments. Let me know. Anyway, I'll probably get out another review next week on the Monday, as usual. Monday is fun day. But yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell if that's necessary. Thanks for the likes. Love to the subs. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.